sunlight!
What's up, everybody? What's up, gamers? What's up, sports fans? Driven893. Just getting ready for the big fight this weekend. Been away for a while. Let me drop a prediction video. I'm really looking forward to this fight. This is definitely one to not miss. Well, let's get started. My prediction. Yeah, I'm having some work done in the house. They're working in the kitchen. But anyway, here we go. It's really funny to me how people actually think this is a real difficult matchup for Floyd. We would assume so, but really, it's not. Manny Pacquiao, and I want you guys to really listen closely to me. I'm not saying it because I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan, or I like Manny Pacquiao too. These are two great fighters, but Manny Pacquiao, in terms of his style, in terms of his qualities, he is tailor-made, and I mean tailor-made, to bring out the best in Floyd, to make Floyd look even more great. And what do I mean by what do I mean when I say this? He's very aggressive, and we know how Floyd does we know how well Floyd does against aggressive opponents. He's very careless. Manny Pacquiao is very careless, and in a way that leads to him being so entertaining to watch, because he's just, he's gung-ho. He's very careless, and that's gonna cost him dearly. And for some reason, people seem to underestimate Floyd Mayweather's power. Look, I don't care how tough you are, you don't want to take too many shots to the chin. And Manny Pacquiao is always open to the straight right. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know what the hell he's doing with his trainers. I don't know what's been... Look, it's just become a part of who he is as a fighter. He's very open to straight rights. There's a few fights that hang on. There's a few fights that I recommend that are must watch. We still got a few more hours obviously before the fight, but I would suggest you go back and you watch Manny Pacquiao. What fight can I suggest? Manny Pacquiao versus Eric Morales. Yeah, that fight. Morales, the first fight. Just watch the way Morales was able to upset him with just mix-ups. Work the body, work the head. Manny Pacquiao was just all over the place. He gets really confused, he gets flustered, and he just starts looking shaky. And I've never seen a top flight opponent that is just so poor at covering his body. He's so susceptible to body blows. I mean, that's gonna gas you out, especially if you're fighting someone like Floyd Mayweather that likes to go the distance, that's comfortable going the distance. There's just so many issues that people have overlooked, and we just think, Manny Pacquiao, he's knocking out these guys. It's going to be the same when he gets in there. Floyd, he's going to pressure Floyd. Look, simply pressuring Floyd is not what it's going to take. That's not what it's going to take. Now, I am going to get into what Manny Pacquiao should try and do in order to try and win this fight. Manny Pacquiao can't afford to try and outthink Floyd Mayweather. That is going to flop. He can't afford to do that. But at the same time, he can't afford to jump in recklessly like he always does. He can't afford to jump in recklessly like he always does. I mean, sometimes it looks like he's leading with his face, literally. I mean, he's just so open to the straight right. And Floyd is going to make you pay if you're like that. Now, what Manny has to do, he has to, who can I use as an example? Check out the boxer, Kovalev. Check out the boxer Kovalev, and then watch how he uses the flurries. He's in and out against his opponent. He knows how to box within range and then quickly step out. That's the kind of way Manny Pacquiao has to go against Floyd. He's got quick feet to get to Floyd, but Manny likes to stay in front of you. I don't know why this guy can't get it through his head. He likes to stay in front of his opponents in that mid-range kind of distance. He just sits there like a dummy. I don't know what's wrong with him. He needs to be in, bap, 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 3 shots, out. In, bap, 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 3 shots, out. Angles, constant angles, in, 3 shots, 1, 2. 2 shots here, 3 shots here. Now, here's where things get crazy, because he's going to have to do that for the whole duration of the fight. I mean, if he does manage to land that clean shot that wobbles Floyd, then you can go there, try to stand and try to deal with him, try to take him out quick as soon as possible. But don't come there with his but see, this is the problem. Like, this is the problem I'm seeing. Manny Pacquiao is so used to fighting fighters that just stand in front of him. He's so used to it. The only time he's ever come across someone that sort of give him a hint as to what to expect from Floyd is with Eric Morales in that first fight and Marquez. I mean, those are the only opponents that I can think of that gave him a glimpse of what it's going to be like fighting Mayweather. Those are the only two fighters I can think of. Eric Morales in that first fight and Marquez. That counter punching, slip your punch, here, eat this. That kind of experience. Like, I think those are the only fighters that have given him a glimpse, and he's not used. He's gonna be so like confused, like when he faces Mayweather. If Pacquiao doesn't land that flash KO, which I think is the only way he's gonna win this fight, you're gonna witness an absolutely clueless fighter in that ring. He is going to be confused, man. Especially if Floyd starts going to the body, one body up, but just leaves him. If you work the body and work the head, Manny Pacquiao is totally baffled. He doesn't know what to do. He's all over the place. His defense is already a mess. And when you're giving him mix-ups like that, it totally throws him off. And when Floyd starts working that body, that left, right in the solar plexus, bam! Stiff jabs, and just stiffing him right there in the stomach, man. He's going to take the gas out of Manny Pacquiao. I'm telling you, man, this could look really embarrassing. He could make, like, the way I see this fight going, he could make Pacquiao look so basic, man. I mean, your fault he made Canelo look basic. Like, I could give Canelo a pass on that, because Canelo is still up and coming. Canelo is a great boxer. Saul Canelo Alvarez. He wasn't ready for that. When you're making a boxer miss shots, and Floyd is gonna make Pacquiao miss so many shots, man. It takes energy out of you. And I'm hearing so-called experienced boxers coming in there talking about, Pacquiao throws 100 blows, 100 punches around, and I'm thinking, like, look, if you're missing those punches, it's taking energy out of you, and not only that, it's making you look bad, and that affects you psychologically, and Floyd is an expert at doing that. He saps your energy by making you look amateurish, man. Pacquiao's gonna be in there though, and honestly, I think if this fight goes the way I think it's gonna go, people are gonna be like in shock. Once reality starts setting in, and I'm talking from like round 6 onwards, maybe round 5 onwards. Once people start seeing the pattern, once Floyd Mayweather shows that he's completely downloaded Pacquiao, I mean, people are gonna be lost for words, man. I mean, you're gonna start hearing the excuses. 5 years ago this, 5 years ago that, as if Floyd Mayweather himself hasn't deteriorated, as if he hasn't slowed down a bit. They always love to do that. Pacquiao 5 years ago. Wait a minute, Floyd was even quicker 5 years ago. But anyway, getting back to this fight, Pacquiao, he has to be in there, 1-2 shots, 1-2-3 shots, angles, and then back out. He has to continuously do that. If he rocks Mayweather, which I think the only way he's going to win is that flash KO, I keep saying it, he's not going to outpoint Mayweather. He's not going to outpoint him. He's the smaller guy. He's got a big ass head. Have you seen how big this guy's head is? I mean, Floyd is good. Oh man, Floyd has a big old target right there in front of him that doesn't move. Pacquiao has zero head movement. This is going to be humiliating, man. It's going to be humiliating. Whew. I just hope Pacquiao brings his best. I hope he makes Floyd have to work with his victory at least. Because honestly, I don't, like, even though I really want to see the fight happen, like, I haven't bought into the hype as much in terms of, like, Manny Pacquiao being a threat to Floyd. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. He's tailor made for Floyd to look awesome. He's tailor made. Like I said, go watch the Manny Pacquiao versus Eric Morales, the first fight. The first fight. Just watch the way Eric Morales was able to upset Manny Pacquiao's flow and rhythm. Just watch the way he was doing it. You know, bam, the body up, bam. You know, step to the side, bam. Pacquiao was like, man, I can't deal with this. Now the question is, does Floyd want to go for the knockout? I think he does. I really think Floyd really wants to knock Pacquiao out. He's seen things, and the way he feels about Pacquiao, the way like people have held this guy over him for so long, I think he really wants to make a point with this fight. But you know, Floyd, safety first. You know, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, he doesn't care. He gets his win, and he keeps it moving. But you're going to see boxing brilliance here. But if Manny Pacquiao, you know, is able to get that swift footwork that he has into the right spot and land that solid left, you know, he's got a great left himself. You know, if he's able to come over the top, land it nice, shit, it could be night for Floyd. If Floyd makes a mistake like that and gets caught, it has to be a flash KO. Either that, or it has to be a punch that Floyd doesn't see coming. It has to be a mistake, and we know Floyd rarely ever make mistakes. But this is going to be a great fight, man. It's going to be a great fight. You're going to see pure boxing brilliance from Floyd. Manny Pacquiao is going to bring the pain. He's going to bring the energy this fight needs. I don't think Manny Pacquiao respects Floyd's power enough. He doesn't respect Floyd's power, but in his mind, if he knows the last time I fought a great counter puncher, what happened, that's going to be in his mind still. You know, that was a huge loss. Getting knocked out by Marquez like that. That's going to be in anyone's mind. But like I said, Manny Pacquiao's defense is terrible. It's always been. He's never really worked on it. I've never really seen him in training, you know, trying to just trying to rectify that. His defense has just been shocking. You know, his offense has always been so great against other fighters that he's rarely ever have to concentrate on his defense as much. But against a counter-punching genius like Floyd, I mean, you're going to have so much more in your locker than that. It's going to be crazy. Another thing that worried me with Floyd was that I wasn't too pleased with Floyd's corner. You know, with his dad and his uncle during the fights against how can I forget dude's name? During his fight with Maidana. I wasn't too pleased with the way his corner was going around things. You know, they weren't giving him good solid advice. There wasn't just enough solid information coming from Floyd's corner. It looked really sloppy to me. Like they wasn't feeding him, you know, any real good advice. It was just, you know, keep your hands up, you know, you do that motherfucker out. It wasn't really addressing the issues that Maidana was posing against Floyd. I wasn't too pleased with the corner there. I hope, you know, they're a lot sharper. They're a lot more on point. I really think they underestimated Maidana. I don't think they're gonna do that with Pacquiao. So I just can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be a great fight, though. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be brilliant. Like I said, 2 fights you must watch. It's Pacquiao versus Eric Morales, the first fight, and obviously Pacquiao versus Marquez, because there's things Marquez does that Floyd Mayweather is just fantastic at doing. You know, slipping that Pacquiao's left. If Pacquiao thinks he's gonna lead with his left constantly, I mean, it's gonna be terrible for him. He has to stick that right jab out there, then come with the left. If he thinks he's gonna try to take him out like he did a Cotto or Ricky Hatton, man, he's gonna look like an amateur. He has to be in there, no jabs, 1-2 combinations, and then out straight away. Watch Kovalev. Watch the way Kovalev fights. Watch the way he fights. He keeps you at a nice distance. Kovalev. Watch his fight against Hopkins. He keeps you at a nice distance where he's comfortable, where it's not too close, where you can enforce your will. He's there, bam, 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 and then he's out. And then he's there, bam, 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 and he's out. You know, that kind of pressure, that way of dictating the fight, that's what you do against great counter fighters. You don't let them nail down your rhythm. You don't let them dictate the fight. You don't let them, set the pace of when you're gonna be of when you're gonna take the lead. Like, you don't let them get comfortable. You choose when to engage. You choose when you're gonna move. You choose when you're gonna stay on the outside. That's what Manny Pacquiao has to do. Don't be diving in like a fool. Square on. Don't be coming in square, doing your little Bruce Lee shuffle. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, man. Doing a little Bruce Lee shuffle. Don't be doing that nonsense here. You're gonna get knocked out if you do that. Diving in with that nonsense. He's gonna slip your punch. You're gonna end up on that canvas again. But Pacquiao, he's a solid fighter. He's gonna make this very entertaining. Don't want to be too long-winded. I know I've gone on long enough already, but yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. I'm actually predicting Floyd Mayweather stopping Pacquiao in the later rounds. I'm actually predicting that. That's my first prediction. Either that or winning on decision by Floyd, or a huge upset and Manny Pacquiao winning by a flash KO. I mean, flash KO. Stiff. I mean, literally stiffens Floyd Mayweather. Stiffens him. A flash KO, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. If it does, I wouldn't be too surprised. Pacquiao has that ability to land that one power shot. He has that ability, but is it likely to happen to Floyd? I doubt it. I see Floyd stopping him just because of the nature of this fight. The build-up. Floyd wants to make a statement. If Floyd downloads Pacquiao early, this is my prediction. If Floyd downloads Pacquiao early, meaning if Floyd is able to dictate the fight early, he's going to go for the knockout. He's going to go for the knockout. If he's able to work that body, slow down Pacquiao a bit, set the pace, look for the knockout, look for Floyd going for the knockout around round 9 onwards. But if it takes a bit more time, for him to, to mold Pacquiao, to mold him into a pattern that he likes, then Floyd is going to go for the decision. It's going to be a clear decision. I mean, man, it's going to be crazy. I just don't see how Pacquiao is going to adjust, because Floyd can make so many adjustments that Pacquiao just can't do. Pacquiao just can't do it, man. He's a one-dimensional fighter. He just can't make those adjustments. He knows one way, just to come forward. And he likes to stand in front of his opponents like a mophead. Don't stand there, Pacquiao. Don't stand there. Man. Anyway, look for Floyd's straight rights to be devastating in this fight, because Pacquiao is always open to straight rights. We saw this against Bradley. We see it against so many fighters. Marquez, he's just so open for straight rights. That's my prediction. Floyd Mayweather by decision, maybe a stoppage. There we go. Drebin 893. Looking forward to a great fight. Let's go.
Enemy soldier spotted. Enemy machine gunner spotted, over. Okay, I'm throwing a grenade!
That's good, you're halfway there. Keep going. Stop him!
Hostile machine gunner spotted. Over. Enemy soldier spotted. Over. Hostile machine gunner spotted. Over.